Why, hello everybody, welcome, my name is Rubydung, welcome to today's episode. As you can see, I'm over here at the main base, and I have been doing some work around here. I have two little things to show you guys before I get into the main stuff I'll be doing today, but let's show you what I've been doing. So, if I go over here, you can see the work I was doing last episode on this lobby area is now complete. So, we now actually have a main lobby. So all of the sugarcane harvesting over here has been filled in, and you can still use this place as a sugarcane farm, kind of. It's not the best, though. You would be much better using this as the sugarcane farm, because that will do a lot more harvesting. So you can still do that. I'm going to let that accumulate while I'm doing the tour here. But yeah, as you can go down here, I actually can begin punching holes out in that way and that way, so that way I can do some expansions. However, I also did some work on the main villager area that I'll be doing. So let me just go over there and ta-da! Oh boy, this is a really, really big area. So this will be the bottom section. This will be a more intersection-esque kind of area. Because I want to begin building it much higher up. So this is going to be very high up. I want to be building it at about that level or so. So this main down here is mainly just a section area. None of it's lit up, so anytime it's night, I have to immediately sleep. Also, my iron golem got down here. I don't know how. He just appeared here one day, and it's kind of scary. I don't know why he came down here. I don't know if there's something wrong with my base or something, but apparently here was more preferable. So, yeah, he's kind of down here now. I'm sad. But, yeah, here is what the lower area down here looks like. I still have to go through here and put in all the stilts. So I've been going through and farming the actual main wood farm in order to gain all of that. Luckily, this actually almost completely misses my starter house. So my starter house was just going to be in the middle of this absolute monolith of a project. So this is now, if I believe correctly, going to be the largest area in my base. However, those sections down there in the middle will be completely empty parts, so nothing really there. But whenever it expands up, it will just be a flat surface completely, because it will just be about 2 high or so that way villagers... Actually, no, it's probably going to be 3 high, so I can put lights up there. But yeah, it's going to be almost completely flat up top, so it's just going to span probably about a good 50 blocks or so up, and then just cap off. So yeah, that's probably what I'll be doing with that slowly today, but this project's probably going to be a little bit boring to continuously work on camera, because it's going to be very slow going. Like this little bit here is taking me quite a bit. So let me just deposit some of the stuff in my inventory. So we can probably go and hop over to what I'm planning on today's project to be. So give me a second as I clean up my inventory here, so that way we can begin today's project. But before I jump into today's project, I actually want to show you something that came out with the most recent update. Now you might be thinking, it's like, oh, but what update came out? If I hit F3, you'll see the still 1.2, so can't exactly be some massive update. Well, actually, in version 1.2.4, because if you remember correctly, it was in 1.2.3, as of last week, 1.2.4 actually had an addition to the game, and it's a pretty interesting addition that actually really, really affects me. So I feel like this is worth telling you guys about, so I actually can show this off, because I am actually going to be very affected by this. So if I head over to this chest here, I already got the deposit on me, so I can show you guys. I can pick up the wood here, and I can put this in here, get some wood. Classic little thing, Minecraft stuff. However, if I were to put this wood, click that, put that up here, that looks different. Looks very different. Like, let me just get you an example of this. If I were to set down this here, then I were to grab this, and set that down, those are two very different colors. However, it doesn't end there. I can grab this, and that's different, and put that down. We now have a nice wide spectrum of tinted woods. There's 4 in total, if I remember correctly. There is the standard brown variant, a bright variant, a brown variant, and there's like a I don't know what it is. To me, it looks the same as the brown variant, but apparently it's like a pink or a green or something like that. So I'm not 100% sure what's going on over there, but apparently there's a whole bunch of interesting variants for woods. And you are not able to choose to pick up this type of wood from these planks anywhere. However, with that said, there are things that people are doing to convert that. If I were to come over here, put this in, and put this, I can still make a boat. And what people are doing, apparently, for that is they're putting the boat down, and then they just break the boat, and it still drops all oak, this wood here. So, I'm still capable of getting this type of wood, even. So, in the event, I'm still wanting material to build a base out of, but I want to farm exclusively the white woods. I can turn those into boats and break them. So I just have to put in an extra step in order to continue building stuff on my base. So that is interesting. So, as I was doing some looking around and some research, as I typically like to do, I came across a couple of people talking across the forums, talking around the wiki, and they were talking about the new world height, as he forever eternalized by this pillar I built a handful of episodes back. There is something actually interesting about this new world height that was been added to the game. This little note here that should be mentioned is this is a full change to the game. This is the world height now. There is no special exceptions about that. Because of that little thing there is no exceptions. That means that all dimensions were affected. So that means the endgame dimension and the nether were also affected. Because of that, if anyone knows, there is a bedrock roof on the nether. So with this bedrock roof that exists on the nether, we can actually begin theoretically talking about there is now building space in a completely empty void that exists within the nether, where there is no existing blocks for 128 space in a different dimension. So it's not even just the overworld, it's in this other dimension. So, with that, we actually can begin discussing, hey, how do we access that? So I was doing some research, seeing what people had to say about that, and there's a couple of people basically talking about how to use ender pearls in order to do something like that, how you would need to use a whole bunch of ender pearls, some healing pots in order to get up there. Once you're up there, you can build a nether portal, and I'm not sure if you're able to link that direction or not. Apparently it's pretty inconsistent according to the forums of whether people are saying that you can link it or not. But what I care about most is actually being able to get up there, because I have very little to no access to ender pearls. Yes, I have an Eye of Ender, and that is it. I've only ever killed 2 endermen in this series, simply because I've lit up basically everything, all the upper land here, all the caves, and my mob spawner up there, it can only spawn 2 high mobs. So all the hostile mobs that I get in my world, all the mobs that spawn in darkness, all spawn up there functionally. There's a handful of caves, but the endermen never come up from the caves up to here, so it is extraordinarily rare for me to see an enderman in my world because of that. So it's very, very difficult for me to get ender pearls, hence why I haven't tried going to the endgame dimension, because I need a whole bunch of ender pearls to even attempt it. So I was trying to construct a non-ender pearl using machine that I believe can get me to the roof. And I was doing some testing off camera, and I constructed a device down there, and I'm going to show this to you guys, what I had came up with. This is about Mark 7 or something like that. of me attempting to create a device that can be used to get onto the roof. So, this dirt here, this layer right here, is bedrock. Under no circumstance can I break this block during the process of this experiment. So, with this information acquired, how am I going to do this? Well, here is what I'm hoping to do. I have a minecart here on top of a slab. Underneath that slab is a dirt block, a piston, and a single piece of redstone. When I'm standing here, my hope is to click on this minecart. When I click on the minecart, I will be inside of it. I will, well, before I get into the minecart, I want to flick this lever. Well, I'll have to do this all in very fast order. Flick the lever, get in the minecart, dismount minecart. I'll be standing at the half a block, so my head will be inside this dirt, which will be the bedrock of the actual version, because there's different terrains of bedrock. I'm going to have to find the highest possible bedrock point I can. From that, the actual redstone will go through before pushing this half block up. My head will be inside the top block here, so my head will naturally already flow through it, opposed to pushing another part of my body into another existing block. So what it will do is it will push my existing head up through this bedrock layer here. From there, I'm going to have to find another method to get out. You're about to see that. So, let me show you what I'm planning to do, and hopefully I get it correct here. So, flick the lever, get in the minecart. Get out. Okay, now I'm here. That all worked as planned. So I'm now here. I'm incapable of jumping out. That's problem number one. However, I brought with me a rail and a minecart, and I'm able to get out through there, and boom! I should be, theoretically, now on the roof of the Nether. So, with all this information I have, let me construct this out in the Nether for you. Okay, I'm over here at the Nether, and I have constructed the device I have just shown, hopefully. I had to do it all based off memory, and I also had to do some some finicking, that's the word, around, because I had to make sure it fit around the bedrock here, so hopefully this is all constructed correctly. If this isn't, then I'm going to die. In which case, I put away all the very important things outside of one diamond pick, but it's just a fortune 3 pick. This one pick will be just in case I mess up placing the obsidian, so this is just a backup plan. So, now it's time to actually do what I need to. Redstone's in place, yep. Lines going through, lines up to the piston. Okay, so when I pull this lever, I'm going to need to pull minecart, unminecart, and then it will push me up to the correct position, in which case I will go rail, minecart. Alright. Pull, minecart. Ooh. And we're here. Okay then. So this is the roof of the Nether. Let me build this right here. Make sure this is all correct. 1, 2, 3. Luckily I brought along netherrack so I can actually build up the corner. There we go. Break that and build a cross and... Oh, nope, that's not correct. There we go. Torch. And also just torch that so that way we can remember where this is. Go through the portal. And this should bring me right to my base. Fascinating. This is not my base. And this is a new portal. Where does this take me? I'm interested. This takes me right to the... Okay then. So that portal is an interesting position. I probably should need to build something around that portal now. But yeah, I'll extend this. And now it's ready for further use. So, if I do this, boom, boom, there we go. So now we have a access way around the nether. So that's going to be exciting for future stuff. Can probably build a base on top of the nether now. Because as you saw there, it's capable of actually constructing stuff on top of a completely flat bedrock surface. So that will be a fun, interesting thing for the future there. But anyways, guys, that's probably going to be doing it for today's episode. Quite excited to actually see what all happens with the what I'm going to be doing with the roof of the nether. Hopefully going to be getting some more progress done on that base. Probably going to need to make quite a few boats with all of what I'm chopping right now. So that's going to be fun. Probably going to have to make a machine for that at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, that's probably going to wind up being it for today's episode. If you guys have any ideas for what I should be doing for the roof of the nether, I would like to hear it, because I'm sure there's 100 things that I could do up there. Like a completely flat space that I have no risk of very hostile mobs. I believe the only hostile mob in it of itself that will spawn is ghasts. In which case, they need a very large spawning space. So I actually can work around that quite easily. So, if you guys have any ideas for farms that would require no hostile mobs, that would be quite an interesting thing to do. I also could use water to do it because, as of right now, Mojang has removed the ability to break ice to get water in the nether. However, ice can still melt to get water. So you're still capable of getting water in the nether as of this version, and I'm capable of getting ice once again, so probably going to wind up doing some ice farming off camera so I can do that kind of stuff once again, because never can have too much of that substance out here in the nether, so probably going to wind up doing that every once in a while. But before I just jammer on about too many things, probably should wind up wrapping today's episode, so I'm going to see you guys in the next one. So long. Bye!